Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/Asuma, and in chat we have bananas everywhere. We've got bananas from Jay's on Fire, Zap247, I Love Cats, Ems Cow, The Real Boy 1302, Rocky Avalon, Rifternaut, Ponybutts, Speedy Ducky, Alan Animal, Alien Explorer, Lil Conboy, The Wowie, Muser42, Sweaters JPEG. Thank you for all of those bananas. It's good to see them. It's good to know that you're here. Doing a dual stream today with the Ren Diggity Dog, who I said I would be here earlier than I am, and he started without me, which is cool. I was late. And, oh, that's right. Spoilers over there. Gee, starting with spoilers, what you playing at? I'm still looking at the spoilers. Let's not look at the spoilers. Should we not look at the spoilers today? Sorry, exclusive previews. We got some subscribes. Yes, we do. Sir Classington has subscribed, but 3 hours ago, so subscribing when the stream's not even on. Amazing. Thanks for the support if you're even here, Sir Classington. We got Carex01 resubscribing for 2 months in a row, saying X Rangi. Ren is angry. See what I did? Just cut out the I, cut out the S. Imagine if we did language like that. Instead of saying Ren is angry, we said Rangi. Like, you'd never know what someone was talking about, would you? We want to go over here. Yeah, we want to go to this portal. Appreciate the resubscribe. Sweaters JPEG for 5 months in a row. Muser42 for 2 months in a row. And a new subscriber with Helmet Fork. Helmet Fork, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate the support. Oh, hi. Now I can say thank you. There we go. So somewhere around here, there should be a Ren Diggity Dog working in the area. Or maybe not, actually. He might not come over here yet. But I don't see him. So we're going to have to... Oh, there he is. There's the Ren. There's the Ren. We found him. Hi. He's got his axe, as always. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh. That's not what I try to do. Oh, now it works. Excellent. Is it me or is my sound very low? Not really, no. I better give Ren a ring then. Also, Bryony805, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate the support. He says we've been waiting patiently. Oh dear, what have I done? Okay, let's load up Skype and give Ren a ring then. Computer be slow. Come on now, computer. Nick Plays 1995 resubscribing for 3 months in a row. Thank you for the resubscribe, my friend. Appreciate it. Right, now to find Ren. There he is. Let's wait for the Ren dog. Where did he go? There he is. Give him a little thump. I've not got any sound from this game yet.
Exuma the Void!
Hello Ren, how's it going?
Dude, we are not happy with your punctuality.
I'm sorry, there's not much I could do about it. I'm afraid.
What happened?
A man's got to eat, you know.
Oh, you were eating?
Yes.
You put your stomach ahead of hanging out with Rendog. That's not very nice.
That's not quite how it was. I told you a time, and I didn't really give myself enough time, really. I was being optimistic.
Okay, that's
I was so keen to hang out with you, Ren, that I was like, as soon as possible, and then it was too soon. That's what happened.
Okay, you know what? I accept that story. I accept that story. I was going to be angry with you all stream, but we're good now. We've got no beef
good.
Now. We're good.
That's amazing. Ren, right now I've got no sound coming from my game.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
I'm actually going to restart it because that's really odd.
Well, dude, I've had a couple of pretty derpy moments too. I've had loads of technical difficulties, so this has been the most professional dual stream of all time, I would say. Yes,
yeah, I'm late. You're having technical difficulties. It's all going smoothly today, isn't it?
Also, I almost choked to death on my tea on the stream, so that was fun.
You choked on tea?
Yep, I took okay, let me break it down.
Did it go down the wrong way?
I took a sip of tea, and then before the swallowing happened, the talking started, you know?
Yes.
And death almost ensued.
Sounds a bit mental. A lot of people in my chat are saying I should have pressed F3 and T to fix the sounds. Okay. It's possible that would have fixed it, but I don't know if the issue was the game or just some Windows issue, you know what I mean? Windows is like, oh, we're ignoring that now. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, we're here now, my friend, and we got lots of work to do. By the way, just got some sounds in the ears. 2 months resubscription for Rita Hartnell. Thank you so much, Rita. 2 months resubscribed. That's awesome.
I got myself a couple of resubscribes over here as well. Sable Parks for 4 months in a row says raises her tea mug. Good evening. I could raise my tea mug as well, except ow, it's piping hot. I don't want to touch it. And also,
Well, yeah.
Inox Legacy for 3 months in a row. Thank you for the resubscribes, people. Ren, do you have a plan for what we're going to do this stream?
Well, firstly, if you come over in this direction, X, I've got something very worrying to show you.
Worrying?
Yep. Got a couple of dinglings in me ear. Some cheers from Merc Chaos. Thank you, Merc Chaos, for them dinglings. And Ponybutts has just resubscribed for 6 months. Absolutely amazing, Ponybutts. Thank you so much. I do believe a punch to X butt is deserved for being late, says Ponybutts. What do you think about that?
There's some wood missing from the side of the expo here. I wonder when that went. What's the problem? Also, what did Pony say about kicking my butt or something?
Well, basically, she was saying you deserve a bit of a slap. To the butt.
She always says that. That's just what Pony Butt says.
So, X, we made a beautiful building.
Yep.
Cast your eyeballs in the direction of our tower.
Oh my god, this makes so much sense now. Sir Python earlier was talking about this witch's hat building, right? He was going, man, the witch's hat building looks so good. And I'm like, oh yeah, where's that? And he's like, oh, it's near Brown. And I'm thinking, oh, well, I don't remember no building like that. Then he's like, yeah, it's between brown and purple. And I'm like, all right, I don't know why he's thinking it's a witch's hat building. Jeez, we've been pranked already.
The thing's not even finished yet and we've been pranked.
Oh, that did not take long.
Can you believe it? By the way, my friend, I've got a brand new sub in the house. Alpha Wolf 8198. All of you subs out there, please, some zombie brain cocktails for the new sub hype. Thanks for joining, Alpha Wolf.
Zombie brain cocktails. That sounds cool.
They're
Apparently
delicious.
it was Iskal. Iskal was the guilty party here.
Yeah.
Quick on the chase. I gotta say, it looks cool.
I was about to ask you, I was about to say, dude, do you think we should keep it?
I think we should keep it, but we should change the colour of the black. I reckon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something there's like an itch saying that needs to be a different colour. But otherwise, it kind of looks like a clock face. I was thinking, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
really
not to a scale where it looks like a clock, but it could be one.
It's very cool. So yeah, we haven't really had a chat about what we're going to do today. I guess what we wanted to do was work on the build a bit.
Maybe. I actually have an idea I'd like to work on.
Okay, go on.
Have a look below us. There is what should be a river, but there's no water in it.
Ooh.
And I was thinking it would be nice to get the water in place because it would connect the Octavoid Ocean into Python's area, and Python's connected a lot of stuff together with these rivers.
Yes. I'm picking up what you are putting down, my friend. I reckon we should do that.
Does that sound good?
Dude, this wheat field is the first wheat field that kept me alive on the first day that I joined Hermitcraft. This is like
you. Is this your hidey hole over here?
I think I was hiding in there. This is like a special moment for me right now. Give me a moment just to chill with the wheat before we destroy it, okay?
Okay.
I'm just
gonna swim in the water.
Yeah.
Hang out there.
I love you, wheat. Kept me alive.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're going to fill this with water, my friend. That's a pretty large task to do.
It is and it isn't. Also, what's going on over there? It looks like someone's been sucking away some clay and not fixing the area.
That that was me.
Really?
I never
Ren,
thought
you've
anybody
been caught.
would come here.
You're one of those people.
I never thought anyone would come here, okay?
It's quite alright, man. I'll fix it, don't worry.
Okay, I'll kill the squid. Get out of here, squiddy.
What did that squid ever do to you?
He was moving his lips at me. I hate those squid lips.
Squid lips. Oh yeah, they're pretty ugly, aren't they?
They look awful. Okay, so dude, what are we going to do here? I need to get a bucket, number one. Or, I suppose what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to dig out this this canyon over here, right? All to the same level.
Yes, we will. I need a shovel if we're going to do this.
Alright, I got a shovel, don't worry. I'll get busy on the digging.
Sweet, I'll go find a shovel.
Alright, awesome.
Right. Ren, what was I going to... I had something on my mind I've forgotten already.
Go on. I thought you were going to read a comment. I had a feeling you were going to read somebody's comment.
I've forgotten chats there, to be honest. I've just been listening to you, and I've been in such a rush. Now that I'm here, I'm all over the place, you know. I haven't put my head in that streaming mode yet.
Well, listen, dude. Now we can just chill. We can relax. Have you got a delicious cup of tea?
I do, but it's piping hot.
Okay. I've got a delicious cup of red bush tea from South Africa. It's delicious.
That sounds nice.
It's a little bit on the cold side, though, because I've been here for about 45 minutes.
Uh-oh, that's probably too long. That would be too long for me. When you approach the hour, you're in trouble with a cup of tea.
Yep.
I got a new subscriber, by the way. It's Matthew EDD, or Matthewed. Thanks for subscribing, buddy. Appreciate the support. Should we do what we did in a previous stream, where we just go back and forth over the chat?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Starting off with Nafrag saying, X forgot about us, so disappointing. Oh, sad face. Hey, you could word it like that, or you could realise that I'm a busy bee making videos all day, and my brain gets a little bit frazzled when it comes to stream time.
Yep.
You know what it's like,
187 says, replace the head of X's golden carrot shop with an Exuma head biting a golden carrot.
That would make a hilarious prank, I gotta say.
That would. Also, I'd like to say that rabbit is super freaky, man. It freaks me out when I see that thing.
It's the eyes, man.
It's the eyes. I don't know how many shrooms that thing's been munching, but damn.
Its eyes look strangely startled, you know?
He has seen something that no human being should ever see. I don't know, maybe there's like
He's been to Rabbit Hell and back.
He's been to Rabbit Hell and back, exactly. Feel sorry for that thing, man.
Speaking of hell, I've been playing Doom.
Yes.
I'm loving it, man. It's so great.
That is awesome. I love Doom too, man. I'm sure I told you about Doom a couple of months ago. I was like, dude, you gotta play Doom.
Loads of people have been telling me to play Doom, and to be fair, I've been putting it off. But you see, because I'm such a purist for the old games, I didn't realise these new games were going to be anything like them. And it is just, it's the same game in a way. Like, it really is. I know it's all modern and stuff, but it's coming from the same place, and I've been really enjoying that.
Well, I mean, you know, I think like one of the things that modern games have lost is I was actually thinking about this the other day, right? Back in the day when those original games were being made, the gaming industry was like brand new, right? There wasn't.
Yeah, it was real small.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of money in it, you know. I mean, there was some money, but not like it is now. I mean, you know, now a gaming title is like a $200 million affair. Back then, they probably had, you know, $50,000 as a budget.
Yes,
for a
pretty
game.
much.
So back then, making a game was like, the passion from the developers came from a different place.
Yes.
The passion came from, also, nothing had been done before, right? They were all like pioneering, like doing first-person shooter, all the different genres. They were all pioneers in their genres. So the developers were making these games from a different place that they do them now. And I think like a little bit of magic has been lost over the years.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. You're absolutely right. There definitely feels like there was... Because I played a lot of DOS games growing up, right?
Yep.
And in that era, it wasn't a money-making industry. And games just seemed to have, yeah, like you said, passion behind them, you know?
It was all about like doing something with code that no one had done before, right? That's what was driving the developers, you know? That was what was getting them up in the morning.
Yeah, I guess they had more limitations. You see, back then, like the Doom engine, for example, was groundbreaking at the time, but it was the work of one or two people, you know, that made all the key things happen. And like, you can't have that impact as an individual today, you know, like especially on AAA games. They're made by teams of people, you know. But it's funny we're saying this, because if you think about Minecraft, like Minecraft was born out of passion.
Yep.
And it was made by one person. And the things that innovated weren't code, they were practices on how to create a community and how to communicate with people who promote your game. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. Absolutely, man.
Dude,
and,
do you have a bunch of grass and red sand on you?
I do.
Can I get a few stacks of both? Because I'm going behind you and just tidying up the edges a little bit. I feel like it looks a little bit better when you've got some grass and some sand at the same level, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. We can't just leave like orange clay or something down there, you know? That is not acceptable.
I got a message in chat here, by the way, from Tosha the Great saying, I love watching terraforming. Now, some people will instantly get a bit upset and say that it's landscaping. I think literally it is the correct term to say landscaping, but I know what they mean. I'm glad they like watching that, because it's probably quite relaxing to watch, isn't it, when you're just having a chat, just doing a little bit of block placing. Nothing complex,
I think so.
nice and simple.
I personally love doing it. It's very relaxing, you know, task to do in Minecraft.
Yeah, it is for sure. And what about Scar's terraforming, eh?
Well, I don't know how Scar does terraforming like on automatic pilot.
Yes.
I don't know what's wrong with that guy's brain, but it's quite amazing. I don't know how many of you guys have watched Scar's video, and if you haven't watched it yet, I don't know what you're doing, man. You've got to go and watch it.
Not right now, not right now, Rin.
No, okay, not right now. You got to stay with us first, but then you got to go watch it. But when you watch him do his time lapse of the terraforming he did around my Lush Mesa base, it's like his brain kicks into autopilot.
Yeah.
It's like he's not even thinking. And I know that if I try to do that myself, it would take me days.
Yeah, I got a little bit of terraforming coming up myself, or landscaping. I'm going to try and take some inspiration from Scar on that. It's going to be tough, man. I can't just like throw blocks down and they look like magic like he does.
Me neither, man. I got a couple of noises in my ear X from Captain Irony, who says, "Hi Ren, enjoying the stream before going to work. So happy to see a build with granite." And shout out to the other Escallions in stream. Thanks, Captain Irony, for the donation, and nice to see somebody appreciating our granite tent here.
Yeah.
X.
Hashtag make granite great again.
Dude,
we should probably make it very clear here for anyone who's skeptical. There is no association or means to endorse a certain presidential candidate. It is just something that is being said, and we thought it was funny to link the two together, so to speak. I had quite a few comments where I was like, "Oh no, we are not endorsing that person."
No. Dude, that's so weird. That's it's so weird that you said that. You were reading my freaking mind, man. I wanted to tell you a funny story. So yesterday, when we sent that tweet out, someone made like a really cool make granite great again.
And they put, art. Yep, Lord Cloud.
Was it Lord Cloud? Yeah,
it's Lord Cloud again.
Oh, it's amazing, right? And they basically, it's an image of you and me with Donald Trump's hair.
Yes.
And man, did I laugh my butt off when I saw that.
Yeah, I had a giggle as well.
I retweeted it, and I wanted to tag Donald Trump in it just for the lols.
Yeah.
Because something in me just wanted him to see that and just be like, what the hell is going on here? Like, who are these people and why are they drawing these weird pictures? But
and why are they trying to make granite great again?
And granite, like what? I just thought that would be absolutely hilarious, but Twitter didn't let me tag that weird man into the tweet.
It didn't, did it? Why would it not let you tag it? Was it a character limit, or was it like you're not allowed to tag this person?
Yeah, it just said you're not allowed to, you can't tag that guy.
That's really interesting, because a lot of people talk about Twitter's censorship. I don't know too much about it, but it's interesting that they've decided that you're not allowed to tweet a particular person.
Very strange indeed.
Like, that's the point of the platform, is it not?
I mean, surely. I suppose the argument would be, well, he probably gets loads of spam or something. I mean, it would be a very weak argument, to be honest, but, who knows?
Maybe you can actually contact Twitter and request to have yourself sort of semi-removed, but, but you'd have to have the right connections and the right sort of power, and he's obviously someone who's probably got connections and power.
In other interesting tagging news, I once tagged Boris Johnson in a tweet.
All right.
Because I was stuck in traffic in London for about 45 minutes. I literally had moved about, I don't know, 50 feet in an hour. So I was raging on Twitter. I was like, I'm stuck in traffic, rage, caps lock. And I added Boris Johnson into the tweet, which was hilarious. But
did he see it?
No, he never got back to me.
Oh, how rude. He's the mayor of London, right? He should be answering his Twitter.
Especially when Rendog is getting in touch. I mean, seriously.
Exactly.
Geez.
The Rendiggity dog. I mean, shouldn't the sirens be going off?
I'm telling you, man. Dude, I had a funny story. Another funny story I wanted to talk to you about while I was waiting for you.
Okay.
How's the tension level, by the way? Are we relaxing?
Tension?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like in Stream Groove?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. I am really just like a bit out of it, to be fair.
Okay, that's all good. But yeah, dude, I was thinking about what we're gonna do in the stream today, and my pants were damaged, or my trousers. Sorry, my trousers.
Okay, yeah.
And it made me think about the very strange thing that we have in this world, where here in England we have words that mean different things in, say, America, for example.
Okay, yeah.
So, for example, in England, trousers, are these leggings, yeah.
Right, but in America they're pants.
But in America they're pants. But in England, pants are underpants.
Yeah,
in England,
underwear.
Right. Now, I made a very, very bad mistake once when I first came to this wonderful country back in the day.
Yeah.
And I got my very first job. It was a very good job. I got really, really lucky because they needed someone to fill in right away. Right. They were like desperately needed someone to fill in.
Did they look at you and go, Rendog, put on some pants, and you got it the wrong way round?
It was almost something like that. But I got this job. I was super excited. They interviewed me on Friday, and I started on Monday. So that's how quick it was. You know. It was
Oh, they
absolutely
needed
crazy.
you, yeah.
So I went into the office, and my boss was a very posh, well-to-do British lady called Valerie.
Valerie, that's a proper, posh name, isn't it?
Proper posh lady. She had a signet ring on her pinky finger. You know, her makeup was immaculate, perfect hair, perfect dress. Everything was amazing. She lived in France, in Marseille on the coast. But she had a little apartment in London where she would spend the week. So she would, fly back to France on the weekends.
That sounds very luxurious.
Very luxurious and super posh. She was like super, super posh. Very posh lass. Very, very nice. But anyway, the first time I met her, she invited me for a cup of coffee, and we went for a cup of coffee, and I was thinking to myself, well, I've got to compliment her somehow. I've got to show that I have good manners, because clearly that's what she expects.
Yeah.
From any gentleman. She's clearly a very, well-traveled and very connected British lady. So the first thing that I said to this lady was, good morning, Valerie. I really like your pants.
was it just instant like awkwardness?
Oh, I mean, she went and she's one of those British ladies. If you guys don't know the British, some British people are very, very pale, very white. And she was very, very pale, and she just went like tomato red instantly. And she was, well, thank you. And then I had to quickly try and recover, and explain. No, I was talking about your trousers. I'm so sorry. I'm from South Africa. I don't know these nuances.
Oh, amazing. That's great, that is.
Yeah.
A true foreigner in the Brit.
Yeah. And I'm
the
sure
land
that
of the
happens
Queen.
all over the place. What do you call what do they call a traffic light in America? This is my question. Question for chat. What do we call a traffic light in America?
Are they called just traffic lights, or is it not that simple?
I'm not entirely sure. In South Africa, we call them robots.
Really?
Yeah.
Call them robots?
Yep.
What do you call robots? Traffic lights?
We call robots robots. Okay, here we go. Ponybutt says stoplight.
Stoplight, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, there's a couple of South Africans in chat who are recognizing the robot. I don't understand why. I guess because technically speaking, it is a robot, right? A traffic light is a robot.
Well, it depends how you define a robot. I don't know what the actual definition of a robot would be. But it is a computer. Like a car, for example, has a computer in it. Your toaster probably has a computer in it, Microwave. People don't look at those appliances like that, but they're made possible because they're little mini computers, so to speak.
Oh man, I think I've done this completely wrong. Yep, I have. Oops.
You've done it all to the wrong height?
Yep.
I'm not so sure, because when I walked around, it looked like the other side might be a little bit higher.
Yep.
So it might have to drop down at one point.
I've definitely done it at the wrong height. All of this needs to go down by 2, I think. Let's have a look.
Oh, you put the blocks over it. Oh, that's odd.
It's cute, but it's wrong.
Yeah. We should probably just work from one side and work our way through,
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
I got
actually.
a chat message, Mr. Ruger321, saying, "Sup X, first time watching the stream, but I've been watching the YouTube for years." Well, thank you for watching all of that time, and welcome to the stream. I gotta be fair, man. I'm feeling exhausted, Ren.
I can hear it, dude. You need to, man. Why are you so tired, dude? What's up? What have you been up to today?
It's just been one of those days where I've just been constantly trying to get something done.
Yep.
And something else pops up. Like, for example, the snapshot was today, right? That was not part of my plans. So I've been rushing about, I've been on the phone, I've been doing all sorts of things. And then like I sit down to eat, and I eat really fast because we got the stream, and now I'm streaming, and I haven't even, like, before a stream I'm usually like hyped and thinking about what's going to happen, what we're going to do, and I haven't even had the time to consider what's going to happen in the stream or what we're going to do. So I'm just sort of here chatting and feeling very, very like unprepared. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like on autopilot.
So not even autopilot. Like autopilot's better than this. I'm just
pilot.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Ren. Otherwise, this might have been a strange stream, you know.
That's all good.
Alan Animal says, X, you coming down with something? Nah, not coming down with anything. Just put a lot of energy out there today, you know.
This makes me think about something, right? Something that my brother always used to say to me. I used to get and I still do to this day, right? I get into these like moods. It happens about, I would say, once every 3 months or so. And I've never actually bothered to time it, these moods, but they definitely do come. Like, I can feel them coming, right? And
like
when
clockwork.
they hit, I just like go into solitary mode. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm like super, super grumpy. You know, I'm like a horrible, horrible person to be hanging out with. I'm like super grumpy. And my brother used to say that it was my male menstrual cycle kicking in.
I think everyone goes through that, to be fair. Everyone goes through a bit of a mood shift now and then. It's natural. Your brain works like that, you know. Because your mood's all chemicals in your brain, you know, swiggling about. Like, literally what's going on up there, man. These chemicals are just going back and forth, and you're like, oh, now I feel grumpy. Right?
Yep.
You know, some of those chemicals are released into your brain when something bad happens to you. So it's kind of natural. Everyone goes through those. I go through little mood swings. Sometimes I wake up and I feel just not 100%. And sometimes you wake up and you feel like you're going to fly out the window or something.
Yep.
In a good way. Not in a like jump out the window way, like in a you're going to sprout wings and go up into the sky and have an amazing adventure, you know?
Just having an adventure, just flying through.
Yeah, just flying about, having a in the sky adventure. Just a normal thing to do.
Man, that's awesome. Being Absolute says, hey, Red and X, good to see you guys again. Been a while for me. What's the plans for today? Well, we are making a riverbed today, and we haven't really figured out what we're doing today yet. We're just hanging out, man.
Well, when I thought about it the other day, Ren, I was thinking that we can't do the building too much because it requires us to have 2 screens looking back and forth at the other build.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so it's a bit more of like, let's look at things we can do around. Like, once we've done this, we could probably build a base for our bridge, like some support struts coming down.
Yep.
You know? Right, you've now got the bed at the right level, just wanted to say.
Yes! Victory!
I think what I might do is have the river here sort of cove under the lip a little bit, because it's not working, it's too narrow. So what would look probably interesting, rather than these big walls going straight down, is actually just having like some ledges sort of crop out and the water just go a little bit underneath it.
Love that, man. That's
yeah,
a beautiful
I reckon it
idea.
might look good.
I've got a little bit of a way to go here till we get to the other side. I think the water level is the same on both sides, so we're lucky. I just derped pretty badly and didn't dig it correctly the first go.
Don't even worry about it, man. No one will ever know.
So
it's not
you
like
know what
the
I've been doing
stream's
all
going to
day,
be on
X?
YouTube or anything. What's that?
You know what I've been doing all day, man?
What have you been doing? Playing Minecraft?
Yep.
How did I know,
minutes.
man? I'm psychic, that's why.
Yep. Like every other day. But today I've been speed mining for about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours non-stop.
I know why. For Scar, right?
Yep. My plan, and I wanted to run this by you actually because there's been a little bit of debate about whether or not this is a good payment or not.
Okay.
Originally, I was going to pay Scar 180 diamonds for his work. But honestly, dude, I would feel like I would personally feel bad about that.
The way I see it is that we're probably all by this stage of the game at a point where diamonds probably don't really mean so much. Like I've got my diamonds for my stack of diamonds, which I'm going to burn in lava, and I've got more to spend as well, and I've always got diamonds coming in. It feels like the economy is just rocketed, and everyone's probably got what they need, right, to get by on diamonds. So if I were you looking for a gift for Scar, and I am going to be also looking for a gift for Scar, so don't take this one from me, man, because he's going to do some work for me, and it's going to be amazing, and I'm going to go, right, I need to find something good. I need to find where this went. There is a hole going down below, and it took out a torch. Where does this go? Oh, this doesn't look good. Oh, does it literally just go to a... It doesn't go anywhere. I've just gone into my own tomb, basically. It's a drowning trap. Anyway, like, I'm not sure what Scar's situation with armor is, but maybe he needs some better armor. Like, there's some armor where he doesn't isn't aware that you can set it up better, if you know what I mean, right?
Yep.
So things like that, or returning the favour, or going over to his base and building him like a little redstone contraption, something that would be useful for him, you know? Loads of people in chat are saying tea, by the way, and I just had a sip. I don't know if they heard.
I'm going to have a sip too.
X, what do you think about people who ask you, what do you think about stuff, says I Love Cats. What do you think about those people, Ren? Those people that ask questions, man?
I
think they love cats.
They do. They absolutely adore cats. They're those people that have like 50 cats in their house, you know? You can hear them coming from a mile away. You can just hear meowing.
That sounds kind of crazy.
But yeah, dude, I guess you're right. That makes sense to me. I mean, my thinking is I want to give Scar a diamond beacon, okay?
Yeah.
Because Scar doesn't make much use of beacons, you know? And I want to sort of encourage him to make use of beacons. And what better way to get into the beacon action in this game than with a diamond one, right?
Yep, start with the best.
Yep. I mean, it's no better than an iron, but, you know, it's super blingy and looks
That's
awesome.
true, actually. Do you know Simply Sark, I think, put out a video where he suggested some ideas for how beacons could be improved, and they made use of the idea that like the base material affected it, which I thought was really cool. There's one idea I absolutely adored, though, which was that mobs wouldn't be able to spawn or go into that area when you've got like a diamond beacon down, right?
Oh, that is such a good idea.
I know, right? So, like, what motivation could you ever need to go out there and mine tons of diamonds, man, if it means that you can just set up a beacon where mobs don't spawn in the area? I mean, that's so cool. It's really
so
clever.
Smart, because that's like super late game, right? And in the late game, you know, we often talk about this. You're just not in the mood to deal with mobs at night. You want to craft, you know? You just want to build stuff.
All day, I've just been zombie siege after zombie siege after zombie siege in a lit up area because they can spawn in like, you know, places where there's torches, and I'm just thinking this is boring. Like when there needs to be a point in the game where you get more control and more power, because when you've been playing this game for years, like zombie siege is just an annoyance, really, isn't it? Like in the beginning it's fun when you're setting out on a new world, but when you've been in that world for approaching a year and, you know, you're trucking down doing your big projects with all your pimped out gear, you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
You're not there for that. You're not there to mess around. You want to build. You want to be creative, and those things just slow you down. Slow you down over and over again.
I couldn't agree with you more. And you know, even on servers also, you know, like the Hermitcraft server is a good example. But you know, loads of servers are very similar to the Hermitcraft server where you have access to everything, right? And you can get like really OP stuff really quickly, and you can go straight to the late game of Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
And I think one of the things maybe that Mojang doesn't realize is that the late game of Minecraft is completely different to the mid game and the early game. It is like a whole new game, right?
Yeah, they very much don't understand the end game, and something that really solidified my opinion that they don't understand, like particular player groups, is the amount of playtime they had themselves. They decided to stream themselves playing Minecraft.
Wow,
and when you watch them play, yeah, you are like, oh, they do not play this game as much as the people, like their fans, you know, the players do. They are behind on, like, you'll see them doing things in the game where like so many other players know how to do things quicker, faster. They know tips and tricks, how to organize your inventory. Like, you realize that like a lot of the community is a lot smarter than them at their own game, and that's like, you know, they've got to develop the game, man. They haven't got time to play it, but it shows you like they need to have someone, like they should probably have like a professional player / community person who plays the game and takes the time to learn what different communities do, because then they could appease that part of the crowd so much more, you know.
Absolutely, man. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if the peeps at Mojang don't even know how to like butt boost.
Oh, they're probably not aware. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like they wouldn't be able to fly with the boost bow. Like they just would have never have done it or even conceptualized it. You know?
Yep. But if Jeb saw that, I imagine his instinct would be, right, so we've got to take that out because that's not intended.
Okay, everybody, don't tell Jeb.
I'm sure he doesn't know. Believe it or not, a video I put out recently actually got through to him, and he fixed a critical bug with hoppers, which was really amazing. I was really thankful he did that.
That's fantastic.
But at the same time, yeah, you're kind of scared of them seeing some stuff as well, because like I think what boost bows show you is that elytras are great, but end game, when people have been playing on a world for a long time, like they want to, you know, fly around a lot easier. And I think the way to look at it is to put it as part of the tech tree, right? Take that bug out of the game, put something else in. My idea, I think this is brilliant, right? When you've got elytra wings, you're in the sky, and you eat a chorus fruit, rather than teleport randomly, maybe it gives you a little boost of speed, or maybe it just teleports you up 20 blocks, right?
Dude,
and that's a way to take
genius.
something that's already there, that doesn't have a lot of use, and help it with some end game stuff, you know?
That is so freaking genius, X.
It's cool.
Yeah, it gives you a boost, like a butt booster would, right? It just gives you like a basically, this is how they would code it. You get hit by an arrow but take no damage, right?
Yeah.
Like they could just do it that way. So you could eat the chorus fruit and just get a little like jolt from behind.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ah, that's genius, dude. That is so smart. Okay, we got to get that. We got to get that to somebody at Mojang, dude. That is amazing. That's such a good idea. By the way, X, I need to do a little bit of a shout out over here because I've got to
catch up on messages too. Yeah.
All right, let's catch up on some messages. I have got a resubscription for 9 months from Hades741. Hades says 9 months of great time with Ren and Derps. Thank you so much, Hades. That's amazing. 9 months. That is like my longest subscriber, I think, on Twitch. So that's fantastic.
Awesome,
much love, Hades. I appreciate it, man. All right, go on, X.
I've got a resubscribe for, I think, how many of these have I missed? I believe, actually, I've missed quite a few, my friend. Oh, dear.
All right, go on, dude. Go on.
Mrs. Squirrely for 2 months in a row. Thank you so much. Astrid Lou for 7 months in a row. Appreciate it. Micromundo for 8. Ed Network for 3. We have Kazab 2007 for 9 months in a row. Invictus for 6 months in a row, saying already 6 months and able to catch it live, so no need for a second channel replay. And for 3 months in a row we have Zactus78 saying hooray, know a bit too much about the ups and downs. I suffer from bipolar. You just have to live with it and go through the ebbs and flows. Just my brain, what a mess. For those of you that don't know what bipolar is, it's where your mood swings will be on the extremes. You will literally go from feeling the best in the world one day to the worst the next. Which is obviously very unfortunate to have. I've also got a whole bunch of subscriptions here as well. Man, it is hard to get through all of these. Head Gamers has subscribed. Tech3R has subscribed. And actually that's it. Yeah, so thanks to the both of you for subscribing. Welcome aboard. Ren, where were we? We're deep in the chat, and then we've got to go through our... Can't neglect the peeps that do the supporting.
All right, we can't neglect the peeps. Shall we do a little bit of reading from chat very quickly?
We can do, yeah, sure.
Stonehead Dracu says, in Hermit Pack, the Elytra plus launch enchant on your boots equals infinite flight.
Ooh.
That's very interesting. Thanks for that, Stonehead Dracu. We'll check that out, man. That sounds awesome.
It does sound cool, doesn't it? There was something else I wanted to say in regards to the conversation we were having a minute ago. I've started to understand where...
Oh, yes, Mojang.
where Minecraft, or the developers are coming from a lot more now. It was something that Grum said that really, put it into my mind where they're coming from with Redstone. So, they're always trying to fix up Redstone and change it, right? And people always get outraged, and Mojang are forever in a cycle of fixing things and then being called out for doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way to explain why quasi-connectivity shouldn't be in the game, it was quite well put. If you're a new person coming to a game, right, it should be that the game is consistent, and if you try and do something, it should work the way it is supposedly intended to, or what's obvious, etc. Right?
Well,
so
it should work the way that your brain thinks it's going to work, right?
Yes, but obviously if you know it doesn't work that way, then it's different. But it's what's the most likely or logical thing to happen, right? That's what we're talking about. So when you go and you power a piston with redstone wire and it extends, that's good. And then when you start running wire around and powering other things, it's all good. But then at some point you're going to wire your redstone above a piston behind it, and it's not going to power it the way it normally does, right? It's going to power it with the quasi-connectivity, and then you're going to be having these other pistons move about, and then they're going to stop working because they're being powered diagonally. And that is not something that you would instinctively know or understand, right? It's not like you're going to go, oh, I've put this wire diagonally to it, I now expect it to be powered.
Yep.
Does that make sense? So if you're someone new coming into the game, it creates a more difficult access barrier, because not only do you have to understand and learn like the basics of redstone, you then have to learn these strange odd rules where they behave like basically not unpredictably, but it's not logical. Quasi-connectivity is no way logical, is it?
Well, it's exactly like that's exactly right. Like the blocks don't function in the way that you expect them to logically function, right? And that's the problem.
That is the problem.
And it's difficult because this game is supposed to be for all people, right? It's a game that spans age, gender, you know, skill level also, you know. I mean, there's loads of people who are you know, who will never like be amazing at Minecraft, but can still do like amazing stuff. I mean, we know lots of Minecrafters who are amazing builders, but for example, they have never used an elytra, right? But they've still played the game for forever, for yonks.
And if one of those people were to go into redstone, and you know they're powering things, okay, this powers that, and then they run a line diagonal to a piston, and the other part of their contraption with that piston stops working, and then you have to explain quasi-connectivity to them. What is that? Like, that's not logical. That doesn't make too much sense. It adds a real like odd learning curve to redstone, and I think it alienates people from getting into it when it gets complicated in ways that don't make sense, where there's these odd exceptional rules. Because otherwise, redstone is fairly consistent. You learn how a repeater works, you learn how the timing with them works, and then it kind of applies to everything. But with pistons, you know, and other blocks that fall into that, there's quasi-connectivity going on, you know?
I think it's a super tricky subject, because the problem is that quasi-connectivity has resulted in some really amazing stuff, right? Like some of the most amazing stuff that has been made in this game has come because of that bug. So
but at the same time, you know, how many people have been like alienated from playing, or you know, how many things has it potentially prevented? I don't think it prevents a lot, but certainly there are times when quasi-connectivity gets in the way, and you're like, you have that moment when you're like, oh, it's being bug powered, that's why it doesn't work. That happens to me a lot when I redstone, right? Like, you're going around, well, why is that not doing, oh, it's bug powered by this bit over here. In fact, that actually happens a lot when you're not trying to use quasi-connectivity. For all the arguments people bring up when they defend something, if you try and be a little bit more neutral, you come up with something like that, you think to yourself, well, actually, I've messed around with redstone a lot, and there's been times where quasi-connectivity has gotten in the way, and you wish it weren't there because it bud powers something, and it means it's not going to work the way you'd like it to, in the space that you'd like it to work in, you know?
Absolutely, man. I got a comment here from Nebula Pond, who says, Ren, that was you before Hermitcraft. That is absolutely true, man. Before I joined this server and started playing with, you know, some really amazing Minecrafters, I knew nothing about any of this stuff. I was literally that Minecraft player who just, you know, built his buildings, didn't go to the end or any of those scary places because, you know, they're just too scary. Don't know how it works, so don't want to go there. But yeah, since I met you guys, man, you guys have changed my brain.
That's fascinating. I think there's a lot of people that play like that sort of stick to what they know and then don't really explore too much of the other possibilities, because the game is kind of hard unless you have that ambition to like rise to that challenge. Like, if you just like building, then, you know, and stuff's hard, like, you're just going to leave that other stuff that's hard alone, right?
That's right.
You ain't worried about going to the end. You don't realise like what's going on there, because it's a place where you go and die.
Exactly. I remember, X, this is a funny story I think you'll find amusing. The very first time I discovered an ocean monument in Minecraft was in my survival series, and I didn't know how it worked. When I was first playing my survival series, I made it a thing that I wouldn't watch anything about it. I wanted to have the, like, you know, the original experience.
Yeah.
So for example, when I found the ocean monument, I didn't go to watch a tutorial on how to finish an ocean monument or whatever, you know. I wanted to get that experience on camera of somebody finding it for the first time, kind of thing, you know. That was the plan anyway. It was a pretty stupid plan, to be honest. I saw the ocean monument, didn't really know how it functioned, but I saw all of those guardians outside, and I saw there was a little entrance into the monument. So I dived into the ocean, swam straight through the entrance, blocked off the entrance, thinking that would stop the Guardians following me into the temple.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that. Obviously, I
drowned
locked myself in. I had mining fatigue, of course.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get out. And I was just murdered by the Guardians. Lost all of my amazing gear and lost everything.
Did you go back and try and conquer it with better gear?
No.
I knew you were going to say that.
No.
You didn't think, how can I deal with mining fatigue?
No, I just literally said, well, that's it then. I'm never going back there. I don't want to deal with that, it's too scary. But you know what, dude? That is the amazing thing about this game, is that, we were talking about Doom earlier. Essentially, there's only one way to play Doom, right? Point the guns at the undead and blast them to giblets.
Speed runs? What about speed runs?
Okay, yeah, there's some speed runs. There are some variations that you can do, but I don't think...
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. It's an FPS
there's
game.
not many
you
games.
Shoot and kill things. That's the
right?
point.
There's not many games in this world that can be played in so many different ways than this game, you know? Because every single hermit on this server plays this game in a completely unique way.
Yep.
And the same couldn't be said for the people that play Doom, right?
To an extent, like if you're heavy into Doom, you probably notice difference between players, right? You understand the strategies that they apply and things.
Yep.
But yeah, sorry.
But yeah, no, but you know what I'm saying, man. It's just I'm just.
I do. I know in and out what you're saying.
I just love this game, dude. It's just so beautiful. Oh man.
I'm drinking some delicious tea here, by the way.
Oh, hang on. Let me take a sip of my cold ass tea.
I think I've got messages that I need to read.
All right, go on.
Yera Wizard number 6 has resubscribed for 3 months in a row. G Stav for 7 months in a row. He says, "So I heard you like corn. Do you like pop as well?" We'll come back to that in a second. Crazy Dog 940 has subscribed. Welcome to the channel, my friend. And Winkleberg has resubscribed for 4 months in a row. Tuna Noodle Casserole. I love that name, Winkleberg. It cracks me up. Speaking of corn, so first of all, well, let's answer the pop music thing. I don't know how you feel about pop music, Ren, but it's a strange term because it means popular. So, Korn, in my eyes, are a popular band. Maybe not some other people. So you could call it pop, but obviously that's not quite what it means. I don't like factory pop music. I don't like it when you hear a band that sounds like they've been put together by business people, Like they're trying to appeal to a demographic and write songs for them. Do you know what I mean? I don't like that, but otherwise, if music's popular, if it's catchy, easy to get into, that's not a downside to me. But the reason they're talking about Korn is because I had Falling Away From Me on the pre-stream.
Oh, nice, dude, nice.
Yeah, great song, isn't it? And I had to ask you, by the way, are you still digging the new record?
I'm loving the new record, man.
That's great to hear. Do you know what? I am absolutely just adoring it myself. I have listened to it. Have you come through here and just added a load of grass behind me?
Yeah.
How are we going to get through this on a boat?
Oh, this is supposed to be boat friendly.
Yeah. Oh, you've done it all the way. Oh,
Okay,
Ray, and you put
undo
cobblestone down here.
I'll undo it.
I just finished doing all of this. I don't even... You've gone all the way back behind and put even more. Oh, Ren.
Wasn't me. Wasn't me, dude.
I don't even know what to say, man. Like, it was all finished and good to go. And I tidied up the sides so it was nice and sand and it didn't clash with the grass. Yeah, like the red sand wouldn't clash with the... Oh, what have you done?
I'm sorry, bro.
I don't even know.
Look, now it's bigger. Now we'll be able to get through here on boats, no problem.
Yeah, well, just about.
Maybe not over here. Okay.
Oh.
I'll fix it.
Do you have some grass you could chuck at me?
Rendog, fix it. But anyway, yes, loving the new Korn record, dude. It's sweet. At first, I didn't like it because, I don't know, I thought it was a little bit overmastered. Like, the guitars are compressed into hell.
I love that. I love that. Straight away, I really like that.
Yeah, like, I really like the tone now. I think it's probably the best guitar tone they've ever recorded. It's super brutal and heavy, man. It's great.
Yeah, and interesting you say the best, because I went and listened to like a lot of the other Korn earlier. I was just like, I was thinking to myself, like, all right, so this is like a comeback record, you know, like back to form. Like, Untouchables is probably my favourite record of theirs, and
so that's why you like this one so much.
Well, yeah, I was going to say like it's the best since Untouchables, and it's very, very similar in vein to a lot of the heaviness that was on Untouchables, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, obviously I'm going to be a fan of it. I'm getting really distracted by this, but I love that heaviness, like, straight away. That I really, really love the guitar tone on the record.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I think Jonathan's voice sounds amazing on this record too.
Yeah, very, very infectious singing, you know.
I
Like
don't know if
that's
you've had
what
any
makes
help.
Untouchable my favorite record. Like, as much as I'm a person driven by like the instruments more than the vocals, like his passion on every song, like he just comes up with like very passionate ways of singing, right? And the hooks, and you know, the way each little moment is put together with, like, he's got lots of different tones and lots of different ways of delivering the lines, right?
Yep.
And on Untouchables, every song is just full of passion from him. Like, you
Yep.
can really just hear it coming straight from his heart, you know?
Yeah, it is interesting. Wait, I'm gonna test out the boating. This is good. Bye. 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 But yeah, no, it's a really good record, man. But you know, it's kind of interesting. I always listen to vocals first.
Yeah.
It's actually an interesting question I wanted to ask you. Like when you hear a new band, right? Say you send me like you send me new music all the time, right? So you send me a new tune.
Yeah.
This is the way that I listen to it, okay? The first thing that I listen for is the guitar tone. Like, now, guys, we're talking like metal here, right? Because we're talking like...
Well, I'll send you hip hop as well.
or
You
hip-hop,
got into
yeah.
Illmatic, man. That's a great place to start with hip hop.
I did get
music.
into Illmatic. That was sick, man.
That's some poetry right there.
But when it comes to rock and metal, the first thing I listen to is the guitar tone. The second is the vocals, and the third is the drums.
Yeah.
If none of those are good, I'm not interested.
For me, I'd say it's unique and different every time. Like, I don't know what's going to grab me. But vocals are generally like a later down the line thing. If I like what they're singing, well, usually lyrics go over my head, right? But the way John Davis sings, like, he's really easy to understand what he's saying. Even though he's like quite an aggressive singer, like, I find him easy to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gone in here and dug out the clay and put grass on the side?
Maybe.
Was there sand here before?
Maybe.
Down here?
Hi.
Do you not remember?
This should probably go.
Well, it doesn't look bad. It's just that what I was doing was wherever there was already red sand, I would try and keep the red sand there, right? And
Yeah.
tidy it up that way.
So I've completely destroyed your formula.
Someone says popcorn is corn doing dubstep. Oh, maybe. Wait. Actually, they spelt corn differently, so I'm not sure they're talking about the same band.
I think they are. I think they're saying like when Korn was in the Skrillex zone, they were pop.
Well, Skrillex isn't pop. Well, maybe. Again, it depends on how you define pop, because dubstep had its little moment there a few years ago where it broke into the mainstream. But I wouldn't therefore call it pop, because it's such a distinctively different kind of style of music that you would hear from
Yep.
pop, right? Like, you're never going to hear that kind of innovation on a regular pop track. Do
Yep.
you know what I've never listened to? Never
What?
heard a song of? Taylor Swift?
Oh, we were talking about this the other day.
Oh yeah, we were, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm aware that she's like a big name, and that Kanye like took the microphone from her and like told her that someone else should get the
Yeah.
awards.
I'ma let
But
you
I've
finish.
never heard
Yeah.
a single song of hers. Like, I don't listen to the radio. I don't really watch a lot of
Yeah.
TV.
Guys, this is hilarious, right? X and I were recording the other day, making this building, and X just said like some Taylor Swift lyrics just by mistake, you know, or just
By coincidence.
unknowingly. I
Yeah.
can't remember what song it was now. It was like, it's the lyrics from one of her songs, and I was like, oh, X, you like Taylor Swift, you loser, and X was like, Tyler who?
Yeah.
Oh man, and I suppose that answers the question that somebody asked earlier, whether you like pop music. I mean, you don't even know about Taylor Swift. Jeez.
Well, again, it's like, what is pop music? Like, Phil Collins used to be pop music, right?
I love a bit of Phil Collins.
Phil
dude.
Collins is a musical genius.
I love a bit of Phil Collins, dude.
He's brilliant. Yeah.
Oh man, I actually I met Phil Collins once.
You told me about it, the sushi.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think
great
I'll tell the story here though, but it was great.
You should
Kind
tell
of.
it, man. It's a great story. Oh my god, am I a submarine? Oh, look at me! Wait, I gotta come to you, Ren.
where
Don't
are
bump
you?
into anything. Must
Oh,
stay
you
in
swimming like
submarine
a
mode.
squid.
Wait, am I a submarine or a squid? Because I'm on the surface, I think I'm a squid. Or maybe I'm a boat. I don't know what I am, Ren, but you need to come see this.
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm going paddling. I'm doggy paddling, literally.
Let's see, where are you?
I'm in the
by
river,
way,
man. I'm going back down the river, so I should bump into you at some point.
Let's have a look. Where are you? Look at you!
Oh, I'm going to bump into your boat.
Ah, ah,
Oh! Jumped out of the water. Amazing skills.
look at that! That's awesome. Look at you kicking your little legs.
See, I'm doggy paddling.
That's hilarious.
Let's try and jump over the boat again. Oh! Amazing. Wow. Oh. Up into the sky. For my next trick. No.
You're like a flying fish, dude. That was
This
epic.
is... You're invisible, by the way. This is... Oh, now you're visible.
All right,
this
get
is
in the
all
boat.
done, man. I'm F5 in it. You're leading the way.
Okay, so this part of the river is fairly easy to navigate. Pretty good. Let's go. Does this take us all the way out to the ocean? Let's check.
Ren, I got a message in chat saying that
Yep.
Taylor Swift is country gone pop. Do you like country music?
I think that I would like country music.
You
I
would,
haven't
man.
gotten into it, but I think that I would like it.
You need to get
So
into
here
some
we go.
country
Look, we come
music.
out at your base over here. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, you can see the octavoid back there, yeah, and my base up on the side. Someone in chat says, "Don't interrupt a story about Phil Collins." Do you know about Phil Collins Hill?
Phil Collins, what did he like a hill that he owned? Or
It's a
lived
hill
on?
with his face on, right?
What?
It's in South Park.
Oh,
It's like
no.
really early South Park. There's a Phil Collins Hill. And it's just got Phil Collins. I never got the joke. Like, it amuses me, but I never really like understood the joke there. Like, why does Phil Collins have a hill, and why has it got his face on it?
Man, lots of hermits jumping on now. X, we got False
yeah.
who joined. Cub fan has
False
just joined
just
also. Very, very nice. X, I got a couple of best in chats from my best in chatter Douglas Squirrel. Firstly, from let's have a look at this. Fun Shenanigans, who says nothing. Oh, okay. Fun Shenanigans, Jompio5, and Sloshy Chewtoy 64. That's quite a name. Also, you are keeping them entertained while they get better. And you missed a sub from Zoe Ray. Oh no, I missed a sub. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Let me have a look. Where did we see a sub? I missed a couple of subs. I'm so sorry, X. I'm going to have to take the...
It's quite alright, man. You do what
mic
you got to
for a
do.
couple of- I'm going to have to take the mic, put it up on my grill for a second here, okay? We've got a brand new sub over here from... Where is it? Valiant209. Everybody, please can we get some sub hype for Valiant209. Zombie Brain Cocktails in the chat, please, everybody. And it looks like I missed another sub also, so I'm sorry about that. Zoe Ray 3095. Thank you very much for your 2-month resubscription. Freaking awesome. All right, I'm done.
Cool. We've got a little bit of fixing up to do here.
Oh, yep. Little patching up to do.
That'll do just nicely. Over on this side.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm out. I got some messages myself, man, I need to catch up on.
All right, go on.
I got a resubscribe for 2 months in a row from Sam Nugget YT saying, "Why are you making a river? Sorry I'm late." Well, no problem at all. Doesn't matter if you're late. We're making a river because we want to connect the Hermitcraft server so you can get around by boat. And you can go to Python's area for Mars. Cry me a river. Who wrote that song?
Justin Timberlake, man. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. The
Oh,
old
he didn't. He
JT.
definitely didn't write it, but he sang it.
He might have written it. I don't know. Like, he's one of those pop musicians who's actually got a bit of talent going for himself, you know?
Yeah, he's
Like, that
pretty
guy
good.
can dance, man. Like, he can dance like Michael Jackson, you know? Like,
Well,
if young people don't know, like, the way MJ dances is incredible.
dude, no one can
It's
touch
like
the
mind-
MJ,
mind
man.
blowing the way
Timberlake
he
gets
dances.
close, but you know, nobody can touch the MJ, man.
That's true.
Come
He
on
is
now.
the king.
Speaking of pop music, dude, because somebody asked, somebody in my chat asked, both of us actually, do you guys listen to pop music? And I think somebody asked you that too. Can I make a confession right now?
Yeah?
One of my favorite songs in the world is a pop song.
Right? What is it?
It's I don't know if I should listen. I don't know if I should
Just say it, man. I've already got a response for you, which is, like, why... What did you say a second ago? Can I make a confess? Why would you have to confess that? It's like, I've heard people talk about guilty pleasures, right? Like, what are you guilty about? If you like something, you like it, you know?
Okay.
Like, there ain't no guilty pleasures. Just be into what you're into.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite songs is "Everybody" by the Backstreet Boys.
Everybody.
Yeah. Rock your body.
You see, that's one of those songs that was on MTV when I was growing up, right? And I wasn't particularly keen on it. But then when you get older, you kind of appreciate it a little bit more. It's a hilarious song, man. It gets parodied a lot these days in movies. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yep. I love that tune.
It's because our generation are now the people making movies, and like you'll see, like that's why I think there's like an air of cultural throwback to the 90s in general lately, because all the kids from the 90s are now owning and running stuff, right?
That's right, man.
And their generation online is having like a little bit of exposure from it, and that's why like you'll see like references to that stuff more and more.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, got loads of people in chat loving that tune, man. People know the tune. They know the tune. By the way, we have got Iskal85 chilling in chat. Everybody, please, can we get a big hello for Iskal85 in chat? Thanks for hanging out, Iskal. Hope you're doing okay, buddy. Iskal contacted me just before we started streaming. It was like, hey, dude, let's hang out. Let's play some Overwatch. And I was like, dang it, I really want to play some Overwatch, but I'm streaming with X. And
I really want to play some Doom today, man. That's what I want to play, but I gotta make my Minecraft videos first.
Yep, gotta get the Minecraft videos. And by the way, my friend, got another noise in me ear. Absolutely amazing donation from Rustbite. Thank you so much, Rustbite, for that donation. I really appreciate it, dude. Fan-freaking-tastic. Man, that's going to go a long way to help me out this month. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that, man. And by the way, Iskal85 has resubscribed for 7 months. That's amazing.
Ah, I just got shot off. I
may have got a bit carried away there.
No. Just being shot off annoyed me a lot, because I'm just sick of getting attacked by mobs in this game now. It's just not even funny. It's the middle of the day, the area's lit up. Oh, something shot me. I've also got a donation as well from G-Stab. He says, X you derp, you missed that it was a popcorn joke. I did sort of, like, say that it was corn. Like, because we were talking about Corn the band, which is spelt like a K, right?
Yep.
Oh my god, this guy's right here. He's about to get wrecked. You are getting so wrecked. Die. G-Stram, thank you for the donation, appreciate it. Also, a new subscriber here with JT Pashal. Thank you for subscribing, welcome to the channel. Right, Ren.
Yes?
What was I going to say? I was waiting for you to finish talking so I could... Oh, that was it. Do we have any dark oak wood?
We may have some. What's the plan?
We need to build support struts for the bridge, I reckon.
Ooh.
That'd make a good next thing to do, right?
Yep, love it. Let's do that, man. I don't think we have any dark... We might have some loggage in my chest. I think I brought over a whole bunch of loggage, actually.
Okay, well, I'm picking out some log materials over here and trucking away stuff we don't need.
The Slapshack says, Ren, will you and Iskal stream Overwatch? That's... I would very much like to stream Overwatch with Iskal. The problem is that I suck at the game, and Iskal is amazing at the game, so... All that ends up happening is me doing really badly and Iskal doing really well and us losing because I suck.
You see, Ren, you're forgetting that that some people in your chat are nihilists, right? And they want to see you suffer.
They want to see me suffer?
Yeah, some people love that, man. Like, people watch me play games all the time and I'm terrible at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All I do is derp.
Dude, you and I should play Overwatch together, so at least I won't be the only freaking noob.
I got some sad news, man.
Oh no, what's happening?
Monday night StarCraft?
Yeah?
Can't do it.
What?
A friend offered me a ticket to go see Shikari and bring me Horizon.
Okay.
And I was just like... like, there was like this split second of like... I am really pressed for time lately, and then I was like, within that split second, I'd already typed, yes, I'm coming. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was so there. I love those bands. And
that's going to be a sick gig, dude. You got to go, man.
Oh, it's going to be an amazing gig, the two of those playing together. Did you hear Shikari's new song that they put out?
No.
I wasn't really feeling it. I only listened to it once, to be fair. I sort of listened to it, it just felt a little bit, I don't know, maybe a little bit hollow, or a little bit like it didn't have much going for it. I don't know. Where are you going, by the way?
I'm going to go get us some dark oak wood logs.
Alright, I was following you and I didn't know where to. Oh, please, server, not now. When I press jump on this server, there's a lot of lag and sometimes it doesn't quite work.
Oh, this is my base, dude. My base.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, man, it is just crazy. There's pumpkins everywhere now, thanks to TFC.
Oh, is it awesome. TFC doing that? I thought it was false.
Is it? I don't know. I've had mix. Someone said it was TFC, and some people have said it was false. I think it was TFC though. I love them. They're awesome.
they are cool. I think TFC was putting snow down in various places.
Ah.
Well, I'm here with you, by the way. I don't know which part of your base you're in. It looks gorgeous. You can't not look and be amazed now wherever you look. Those trees are impeccable.
It is unbelievable, man, honestly. It's like, I'm so inspired when I come here now. I just want to like finish my base. I want to work here. I want to redo this whole lush mesa, basically. It needs a lot more detail, a lot more block variation. I mean, it has to match the awesomeness of these trees. I don't know, for me...
I think the grass needs a bit of patchwork with something else, but
yeah.
I really like it actually. I feel like you need to play more to the lower scale of it, right? Like it's not going to be as big as those trees you got up round the top there. So I don't know. It feels like something's missing, but it's not something big. Like you don't need to go big here. It just needs like, it's almost like every now and then there should just be something that sort of represents scale, like maybe little melon farms, like little patches of melons or something like that.
That's a cool idea. What I was thinking about doing is like making little rock formations, because what Scar does really well, especially in this mesa, is he uses cobblestone, stone, mycelium, and leaves, like as a little patch. And what it looks like is like a rock that's been grown over.
Did you say mycelium?
I mean podzol.
Ah, got ya.
Yeah. And he makes these little rock formations that I think would look amazing, just like scattered around the place, because that will link what's happening up here to what's happening down there, right? That'll link the whole build together. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, but I disagree. I feel like the rocky big trees are on the top, right, and then the terrain's like goes down into the lush swampy area, if that makes sense. Like there should be a different habitation.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down over there, dude. Like the lore of this area is that that water, that river at the end there, right, that goes towards Iskel's base, this whole canyon once flooded and left like a layer of silt in this valley over here, right? And that's why it's so lush, and that's why these things have been growing. So
you've been learning from Scar, man. Like Scar always talks about when you do a build, it's got to have a story behind it.
That's right.
I feel like that is a very strong thing to say, because it helps you with where you're going. Like you could come along and build like a farming area or something, or like a facility with some trucks outside it, because this has got like some valuable resources. My build this season has been very much like, oh, try and find something that looks cool, build it, try and work on that, and there's no story, there's no cohesion. When you walk through one part of my base to the next, it changes. You know, it just flip-flops and goes all over the place, which some people like that, some people don't. I think it's all right to do things like that, but if you've got more of a vision, more of an idea, it's always going to be stronger than something random, right?
I agree with you, man. And in my opinion, it's next level Minecraft. To be able to craft around a story is a true skill, and it's a true art form, I think.
Yeah.
And it's
Minecraft
very difficult to do. It's very difficult to do, you know. And, you know, this is actually something that I wanted to talk to you about, man. Like, let me ask you a question, okay? Are you ready?
No.
Don't worry, it won't be a bad question.
Go on.
What is, and I was thinking about this question today while I was bathing. I took a bath before the stream, because I was getting ready for you.
That's what I had to do before the stream. I had to have a shower. I just sort of went, oh, I haven't had a shower today, I smell. Then I was in a rush after that.
Oh man, I didn't actually get any freaking dark oakwood logs for you. My bad. Let me go try find
Why did we go over there? Do you know what? I do the same all the time, man.
Oh man. My question is, what is one of your favorite things about being in Hermitcraft, like being a hermit?
One of my favorite things.
I was going to say, what is your favorite?
I'm so bad at being put on the spot. Like, the first thing that came to my mind is I was literally thinking earlier something about Hermitcraft and how good it was, and now I can't remember what it was I was thinking about.
Okay,
I think for me, I think it's seeing the other videos come out on YouTube. I think it's part of that, like, because we don't always collab. We're not like hanging out with each other every day, but it's being part of like this continual progression. So I'm excited every time I see a Hermitcraft video, because it's happening in the place that I'm on.
Yep.
And it's really great to see what other people are doing and how it's all coming together, you know?
It's like a pride, isn't it? Like, I feel super proud whenever I see, like, Hermitcraft videos on YouTube. I'm like, I'm a part of that.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
And it makes me feel amazing. But one of the things that I love most about being in this group is that we get to learn so much from each other, right?
Yeah.
Not only how to play this game, but I was thinking just the other day, in fact, how much like this group, people like you, people like Iskal, people like all the people that I played with on this server, right, have helped me to become better at this, if you know what I'm saying.
I do.
I don't think that would ever have happened outside of the group. So an example of this is the other day, you and I were talking, and we were talking about like making YouTube videos. And that's one of the things that I love most about being on the server, is that you get to hang out with people that do exactly the same thing that you do, which is make YouTube videos. They understand the pains and the joys and the frustrations and everything about doing this, right? So there's somebody to talk to that understands what you're talking about. You know, if I go to my mom and say like, Mom, today was so hard, man. I had to redo my intro like 20 times. It was so frustrating. My mom's just like, what?
Yeah,
what
this is a common thing though. Like I've been in a fair few different conversations with YouTubers, and in big groups, someone always seems to mention it. But someone will always come along and say, like, what is it with YouTubers? Like, whenever we get together, all we talk about is YouTube. And it's because you work a job where when you want to talk about what's going on to other people, it's just alien to them. It's just like, oh, okay, right, why is that significant, you know?
Yep, exactly. And, we were talking about YouTube and stuff the other day, and you said to me, and this is the great thing about being in this group, is that we can be open with each other, right? Like we can be honest with each other because we have each other's interests at heart all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
I've always said, and you and when you and Iskal and I have always talked about these things, the success of one is the success of all, right?
Absolutely.
Like that is my approach to Hermitcraft, and I think it's a really true thing. And it definitely works if you all work together. And one of the things you told me the other day when we were recording was that you felt that the introduction of my videos is too long, right?
It's too long, yes. But it gives me a feeling like deja vu, but not exactly in a negative way, but not in a positive either. It's just sort of like it's quite static, and because it's long, because you always the bit that gets me is the. In the previous episode, and it's like it's identical. You've got that down to a science. Like the sounds that come out of your mouth are like perfectly harmonious with the previous time you said it. You know what I mean? Like
it's true. I can say that in exactly the same tone. If you took the tones and put them on top of each other, the waveforms would be like identical, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So anyway, you said this to me. Now, if somebody else had said this to me, just someone else, I would have just been like, whatever. I'm not gonna listen to that, because my theory about it was I wanted to make it like that so that it was comfortable, right? So when viewers watch it, they think like, okay, I know where I am at. I'm in a Rendog video, right? That was the theory. But the more that I thought about it, the last few days I've been thinking about it, and I think that you are 100% right, 100% correct. In fact, Iskal's told me this exact same thing. Like a long time ago, he told me that exact same thing. And I've now tried I'm trying to like find something, try to improve that now, Yeah. So I tried like a different style in my latest modded episode, and I'm gonna work on it a little bit. But the point is that it's amazing for me that we can all come together like this. We can all help each other out with this, and we can all be really honest with each other when it comes to giving each other critical feedback and stuff. That's one of my favorite things about being on this server. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. You mentioned something a little bit there when you were saying about the goods and the bads of YouTube. Like, YouTube is a job where if you want to do it and you want to be good at it, you got to give it your all. Like, there's no half measures here. There's no shortcuts. You have to put in serious time, right? And even when you love it, you're always going to have ups and downs, like we were saying earlier, with mood swings, Mm-hmm. Some days you wake up feeling like, oh man, not today. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And you really got to get yourself in that mode where you're reminding yourself why you're doing this, and you're keeping yourself on that page, where you know why you're doing this, because you love it, and like you don't want to squander the opportunity to keep this as your job. Because man, like let's say I don't feel like doing a video today, right? And I take a couple of days off or whatever. You fall behind on the YouTube game. You do that too much, and your channel will drift into obscurity. And when that happens, you can't pay the bills anymore. You got to start making videos. You got to go out and work a job.
That's it.
So it's like a passionate job, but one that will you really got to give it your all.
Absolutely, man. I can't agree with you more. And a lot of people feel like I don't think a lot of people that are starting YouTube understand how much it takes out of you and how much dedication you have to give to it. I mean, people think that they can get YouTube going for them in 3 months. They're like, well, I'll start making some videos in 3 months' time.
That's an interesting thing. Some people think like that. I think some people don't even think about time frames. They just want to for YouTube to happen to them. When you stroll along to a channel like ours, where we've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and there's videos, there's a community, there's all this stuff happening there. You don't know the story of how long it took to get there, to get to that side. Oh no, don't do that, don't do that.
All right.
Okay,
I'll tell you what. I'll leave the dark oak wood with you. I'll go get some more though, because we don't have enough.
If you want to help, what did you change here? You removed something, did you?
Oh, I removed a stair, I think.
Yeah, I've got an idea for how we're going to do this. It just meant I had to extend this.
Okay, you do that. I shall be the llama dog. Okay.
The llama dog. Okay.
No, but you're right though, dude. Like, people see channels like ours and they're like, oh, that's awesome.
I want to do that.
I'm sure I can do that.
I want to do that.
I can do that. Maybe it'll take me a year to do that, But the reality is that it takes many years, like 5 years. How long have you been doing this for, man?
Over 5 years.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Like the 5th year was this year.
Exactly. So, it's not about. This is like a patient thing, man. I mean, and the thing is, like, a lot of people, YouTube's so interesting, right? Because people think, well, that's a really great way to make money. They see people making loads of money and they're like, wow, I can get rich doing YouTube. But the reality is that
it's like they don't understand that it's not like videos just you poop them out or whatever. Like, you don't, like, they're incredibly time consuming to make, and they have to be made out of passion, otherwise they're going to be garbage. And it's like, even when you sit down and play a computer game, like, I'll give you an example, right, of bad versus good videos. Okay, I'm playing Doom. My Doom videos are not good. Here's why. In order for me to play that game on YouTube, which is why I put it on my second channel, I could not edit anything. I looked at the time I had this has to go straight up. And when there's a loading screen, I can't pause my recording. My software doesn't do that. So you are getting straight unfiltered footage. And the amount of times where I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, all I need to do right now is cut the video and go, look, I've explored the area and we found this and that, and now we're going to do this. There's all these moments where you need to step back, think about what you're doing, how you're going to put it together, how you're going to edit it. And that's a skill set that I think a lot of people watching don't understand, is that the stuff that's coming at you and the way it's coming at you has a thought process behind it. And it's a thought process that you've learned over many years how to do. So my Doom series, is, I'm going to call it garbage, in a way it is. There's some really good moments in there. There was an episode I recorded the other day which was just constant action and me having a laugh with it and doing really well. And then there was an episode that I recorded yesterday where I just got in a death loop. I couldn't do this bit and it wasn't as fun. And because I've committed to doing it, I'm going to continue doing it. However, I really wish I decided not to put it up as a video and just played it casually first, because after I'd finished playing it, there might have been something I wanted to do with the recording of me playing, like make a compilation or go back to the game and show people things about it, but I've sort of limited myself now by choosing to upload it to the second channel in a straight to video form. I think the lesson for me is there, like the whole idea of, oh, I've got a second channel so I can put lower quality stuff on it, probably isn't the best idea, I should always be aiming to do something better. And then whenever little moments happen, like the other day I uploaded a video of a bacon beam. So the joke is, if you misspell beacon, you say bacon. And when I was messing around with making it invisible, Grum was talking about a bacon beam. So to test what you could do with it, I put the bacon texture on it, and sure enough, it makes a bacon beam. And then I made a video about it a little bit later. And that sort of jokey stuff it comes from somewhere creative. It comes from experimentation and having fun. And so even though it's a lesser quality video, it's got a point and a joke about it. Whereas these Doom videos that I'm doing, you're watching me play a game, I'm not very good at it, and there's no editing. Like everything stays in. If it loads, if the screen takes 20 seconds to load, you're watching it. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
And there's a massive difference in quality. And I think the Doom series is probably what a lot of people do when they think YouTube, I can do this. They sit down, they record, and they don't think about that thought process. They don't think about like how you have to make that video more for people than what you're doing, right?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely correct, man. By the way, I've just stole some dark oak wood saplings from your base.
It's quite all right.
I couldn't find any. But yeah, dude, you know, it's very interesting because I think a lot of people get into YouTube for the wrong reasons to start with. I mean, you really, and I get this question all the time from young people who say, you know, I want to start on YouTube. What advice would you give me, right? Like, I'm sure you get that question loads also. But my piece of advice is always to understand why you're getting into this before you start, right?
Yeah.
And appreciating like the fact that it's not you know, an easy road. So for example, it took us 5 years to get to the point where we can you know, live doing YouTube, right? If you took those 5 years and turned those 5 years into, I don't know, a law degree, for example, you would be making way more money than you would be making on YouTube, right?
Yep.
So as a young person who wants to get into YouTube, it's really important to try and figure out, like, why are you doing this? If you're doing this for money, you're barking up the wrong tree for most people, right? Every now and then you'll get the person that has a massive break and you know, gets loads, you know, goes through the stratosphere and makes loads and loads of money. But the majority of YouTubers will never be, it'll never be a money machine for them. So you're in it for the passion. You're not in it for the cash. And
yeah, that's a very good point. Like when you say you do this for a living, like I think people might think it's glamorous. It's not really, you know. Another thing though is like, you know, what's glamorous is an interesting thing because it's like lifestyles have costs, don't they? And I don't know what you're like, Rem, but it'll probably never matter how much money I make. I'm always a very minimalist person. Like, I'm not trying to spend money on flashy clothes. I'm not going to the shop and buying the expensive food. I generally buy the cheaper stuff, which, you know, pro tip for you, a lot of the time, the 70p bread and the pound bread come from the same factory. They just put different wrappers on it when they take it off the production line. You know, a lot of stuff like that happens. That's the mechanics of marketing.
Sneaky bread makers, man.
Dude, it's how it works, man. Like the bread company Hovis probably, I mean, I don't know if it's the same for this company, but this is how a lot of companies work. They don't make the bread. They are the brand, right? They organize the advertising and the getting of the product into the shop. The factories that make the bread will then be another company, and, you know, Hovis will say 10,000 loaves, put our bag on it, and they'll, you know, send over the bags or whatever. Like, that's how some industries work, and their advertising part that they do is trying to get you to buy stuff, you know, trying to take your money away from you. So I'm a very like minimalist person. I look for entertainment where it's cheap, you know. So like you could watch a movie at the cinema when it comes out, which I do on occasion, you know, like especially to see friends and stuff. But you could wait for it to come out on Netflix. Netflix costs less than a ticket, and it's for a month's worth of watching. That's the kind of person I am. Like minimize lifestyle, you know.
Yeah,
because I live in constant fear of being homeless one day. To be completely honest, like that's like a lot of my motivation for being smart with money is that like every time I take money out of my pocket, you know, like if I'm hungry somewhere and I really have to eat because, you know, it's going to take a couple of hours to get home or whatever, and I have to pay for some expensive food, it's like one day you'll be homeless and you'll be thinking about this again. Like, that's not healthy, I know, but that's just the way I think and feel. Like,
it's a good way to keep yourself going, though. That's a really good, you know, bit of motivation, of self-motivation, is to think that way. I mean, I respect that. I think it's really good. I mean, you know, my story is very interesting because I gave up an incredibly good job to do YouTube, right? So I used to work in London. I was at the top of my field. I was in advertising, making sick money, dude. I mean, I wasn't making loads of money, but I was making enough money to do whatever I wanted, travel all over the world, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And even though I had an amazing job and it was fantastic and things were going so well, if I'd carried on working in that career, you know, I could have got all the way to the top, no doubt, because I'm awesome. But I gave it all up, man, and I gave it all up because I never truly enjoyed doing the work. In fact, I hated it. I hated it, even though I was really good at it, and even though I absolutely wrecked it.
Yeah.
I hated every moment of it, and I didn't want to carry on living my life and running out of days to be alive doing something that I hated. And I gave it all up, man, and I now live a very humble life. You know, I've got everything that I need. I've got a roof over my head. I've got food in my belly. I've got warm water running out the tap, and I can make YouTube videos. I mean, like, I don't need any more, you know?
Do you know what I gave up to do YouTube?
Go on.
I won't actually tell you now. I'll tell you after we stream. But I gave up one of the best jobs ever to do YouTube. If ever YouTube's over, one of the first things I'll do while I look for other work is go back to what I was doing before. But I'll tell you what it was like another time.
Okay, awesome, dude. But yeah, I don't know how we got onto this, but it's very, very interesting. Anyway, my friend, I've got a couple of... I got to read out some things.
You got dingalings.
I got dingalings. I got a donation from Basemaster91 who says, hope this helps. Thank you so much for the donation, Basemaster. I appreciate that, man. Very kind of you. And Summer Flowers says, you can always find another job if you need to. Exactly. So yeah, thanks, guys. I'm sure you got some dingalings to out there too, X.
I would... To what your other person said, you can always find another job. Man, that was like... The work I was doing before, you got paid extremely little, and you didn't get to work a lot, right? And that was the best I could find. Yeah, you can always find another job, but sometimes, you know, depending on the economic situation in an area, like there are job shortages, you know?
Yep.
That being said, like when I'm able to drive around and I have a car or whatever, it will be a little bit different then, because I won't be like limited to this one place where there's a lack of jobs. But I've got friends that struggle to find work, you know. Like,
you can come and visit
it's
me.
It's not always quite that simple, I guess is what I'm saying.
You can come and visit me in your car, dude.
I could do that, couldn't I? I got some messages here to read.
Alright, go on.
Because I'm falling behind. Tascar BS9 has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. Ags Mad World, thanks for subscribing as well. Also got 2 donations. One from Smelly Fist saying hello. Hello to you. Thank you for the donation. Also JG424 with a donation saying next time you're hungry, don't think twice before you buy something to eat. Well, thank you for the donation, my friend. I appreciate that. Yeah, what I said was in a way not an exaggeration, but yeah, I should. You know, I'd probably balance it up better, right? If I'm really hungry, I probably should be eating. I mean, hunger is your body telling you to eat, is it not?
Exactly.
It's not telling you to dance or to faff about.
Just bust a move.
Yeah, but that's it.
When you
feel so hungry right now, I better bust a move. Jeez.
That'd be hilarious, man.
Oh. I've also got one more subscribe. Strength the Ner. Or is it Strengthener? Oh, it's just Strengthener. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate the support, buddy. Ren, over to you.
Dude, I was just thinking, hang on, what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So, you know, you recently moved, right?
Mm-hmm.
And,
I live in my own place.
You got your own place, just like me. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, like, I don't know, just general bachelor living, right?
Okay.
Because I think it's kind of interesting. I think it's like a science. Now, how do you do your food?
I eat a lot of salads.
I got a noise in my ears. Sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
go on,
Just
go
quickly,
for it,
donation from iPixelion. Thank you so much, iPixelion, donating once again. I appreciate that very much, my friend. Thank you very much. And yeah, anyway, sorry, X, go on.
So I eat a lot of salads. So a lot of it is just chopping up food, right, and putting it on a plate and eating it. I eat a lot of fruit. My mum makes me fruit salads from time to time, which I really enjoy. I haven't made one myself, but like, you know, what you're doing, you're chopping up fruit. I eat fruit every day. I have like an apple and banana with every meal, or some grapes, you know. But when it comes to cooking, I'm not really that great. The problem is, when I learned to cook, we had a much bigger kitchen because I was living with parents, and I was cooking for more people than myself. So a lot of stuff that you buy is cooking for multiple people, right? If you want to get the portions right or whatever, then you've got to either cook it, put it in the fridge for another day, so you eat back to back, or it just makes things a little bit complicated. Plus, the cooker's smaller. I don't have as much like cutlery and cooking gear. So I've sort of been limited on what I can cook to some extent. And by being limited from stuff I used to cook, I realised that there's not a wide range of things that I can cook, and I actually really want to get better at cooking more things, you know.
Is that why you made that golden rabbit?
Quite plain. I think people wouldn't like my food if I cooked for them, because I don't put salt or pepper in anything. I don't like
Okay.
flavor anything at all. I eat everything plain. So when I cook eggs, it's just eggs. Like, I haven't put any salt or pepper in them. Like, I don't like to do that for myself. So I'm sort of saying I'm not a good cook, but I'm all right with my own cooking.
That's interesting, man. That's interesting what you were saying about cooking for more people. So what I've managed to do over the last 6 months is get bachelor portion cooking down to like a fine art, right?
Yeah.
So I'll make batches of stuff, right? So some of my go-tos are like how about a delicious batch of bolognese, for example, right?
Yeah.
I know that you don't eat meat, but bolognese is a favorite.
Still
of
make
mine.
vegetarian bolognese, I'm sure.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could. So I can go to Tesco and I can get the exact amount of ingredients that is required to make this batch of bolognese. Every single batch is exactly the same, exactly the way that I like it. And generally one batch of bolognese will result in about 10 meals, right? So I'll make a batch and then the portions go into the freezer. So now I've got 10 bolognese meals when I need them,
Yeah.
And I'll do the same thing for like loads of different meals. I have loads of different like meals that I make, but I got it down to a fine art now, man. And it saves you so much money when you do it that way. I worked out that my bolognese, check this out, dude. My bolognese costs me £1.46 per portion.
That's really good. It's
Yeah.
interesting that that's how much a meal costs, because one of the arguments I've heard for eating healthy versus eating junk food is that healthy food is more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
My salads, my salads cost under £3 per plate.
Oh, easily. Yeah,
Yep.
easy.
And then, like, how much is like burger, fries, and shake?
That's like £8, like easy.
Exactly.
Right?
So it's far cheaper. Also, you have an apple and a banana in there, so that's like another £1. Maybe a little bit less, depending on the price. In fact, it's probably less than £1. It's probably more like 80p. And yeah, same for other meals as well. But yeah, when you cook them in batch, yeah, you're absolutely like getting it down. But you've got a freezer.
Yes. Well,
I don't have a freezer. Dude,
have
are you
like
growing them side by side?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen someone do that before. It might
Dude,
diminish returns on the saplings.
I am a professional logger.
That's true. It's very true.
Yeah, I mean, I have a tiny freezer. I have like a small freezer. I have like one or two trays of freezing action.
Yeah,
But
I
make it
looked
work,
at
man.
freezers and saw some that came like that. And like, is it still big? Is it still like a big block that
Yeah.
takes up space? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't got a freezer yet, and I think when I learn to cook, I'm going to end up doing what you do, is cook in batch.
Cook in batch, baby.
I could
That's how
cook
to do it.
enchiladas in batch and freeze them. Like, you make 4 at once, and oh my god, do enchiladas taste amazing.
Oh, dude, enchiladas are so good. I actually haven't had dinner, dude. I'm so hungry right now thinking about enchiladas.
Oh man,
You bastard, dude.
I'm hungry too now.
That's because you just had some lettuce for dinner, man.
I had eggs and salad, basically like an omelette, but
Yep.
not an omelette, just sort of all cooked in the wok. And
Oh, dude, you know
I
what
had
I
it
could
with
go
some
for right
garlic
now,
bread.
dude?
Sorry,
Oh, you know what I could go for right now?
what's that?
I used to, a while back, I used to see this girl from Spain,
Yeah.
and she made the most amazing Spanish omelet ever.
That sounds cool. Why is it a Spanish omelette?
Well, I'm not sure if it's because it was originated in Spain, but let me break it down for you how this is made, okay?
Okay.
And this could be something that perhaps you would be interested in trying. So a Spanish omelet is basically an omelet with potatoes in it, right? But
Ooh.
the way that it's prepared is where all the magic happens. So the potatoes are like parboiled and then chopped up into like cubes. Those are then par-fried in olive oil until they're like sort of nice and soft on the inside, but like crunchy on the outside. You then caramelize onions until they're like brown and like...
Dude,
and
caramelized
sweet,
onion
right?
is amazing.
Yep. You put the caramelized onion with the potato into a pan, and that's where you pour your omelet on, right? So then you pour in your eggs, and then halfway through cooking, my mouth is watering thinking about this, dude. You flip it over just very quickly, and what happens is those onions, like their sweetness, like penetrates the omelet, and the potato like gives the omelet like a firmness and like a texture to it, you know. And I got to tell you something, man. It is an omelet. Like
It sounds
nobody's
great.
business.
It's making me think, like, so often do I keep encountering things where it's like, oh, I really want to like, you know, do this, or like start reading again, you know, is what I'm going to try and do. But then you've got to divvy up that time. I spend about an hour a day, like watching, like sit down and watch Netflix for an hour at the end of the day. Where do I get this time from to do more things? Because if you're going to learn to cook something a little bit more glamorous, you now got to take a bigger chunk of time out of your day to do that. Yeah, I get to watch, I guess, a little bit of other stuff while I eat, but otherwise it's like work and exercise all day long. You know,
That's
keep
exactly
yourself
what
in
I
shape.
do, dude. I only watch Netflix when I'm eating. I'm either watching Netflix videos or like YouTube videos, like watching
You're multitasking.
Iskal videos or Zuma videos or like other hermits. I'm trying to like, you know what I sometimes think, man? I think that my brain is going to overheat at some point.
I think it happened to me before we started streaming. I think when we started streaming, my brain was overheating. It was like, you've gone too fast today.
I mean, I think what I realized the other day, I think I was talking to Iskal about this. There isn't a second in the day when I'm not putting something into my brain through my eyes or my ears or my mouth or my nose.
Yeah.
Like there isn't a second when there isn't something going into the brain.
I know what you mean. You're always like there, being
like
busy.
music or YouTube or gaming or videos. Like it's actually crazy.
Yeah,
man.
I know exactly what you mean actually, because like let's say let's say like I'm recording a video for YouTube. In between doing the clips and stuff, it's like there's something on, there's something that I'm paying attention to. Music, yeah, or YouTube, you know.
Exactly, man. I don't know. We're going to burn our brains out. But I've been trying to do some meditation stuff, right? Because someone told me that maybe you should try and meditate. But I just can't do it.
I can't do it either. I've tried very hard.
I've tried so hard, dude.
You know,
Within
there's some
3 minutes,
attitudes.
My brain is just like rushing.
You know, there's some like closed-minded attitudes where people like meditation, load of rubbish or whatever, yeah? Like, I fully believe meditation is real, like the idea of like pushing out all thoughts out of your brain. But that's not my brain. My brain is like constant. It don't stop. It can't, like when I go to sleep, it's just racing with thoughts until like my brain can't take anymore.
Me too,
and I
dude.
just nod off.
I wish I could know the feeling of just thinking about nothing. Like
I think
nothing.
it might be a sign of the age, you know, as well, that we live in. Just this like
You reckon?
technological overflow constantly.
Yep. Well, it looks like we've made a lot of people very hungry in chat, which makes me happy. Iskal says meditation, # load of rubbish.
Did he say that before or after I said it?
I don't know. I think it was at the same time.
Because really it's not. Like, I don't know. Like, if you can't meditate yourself and someone says they can, like, they know more about it than you, right? I don't know. To me, it sounds like a really plausible thing.
Yeah. Lex Max says brain is a muscle. It needs exercise. That's true. But I don't know. I think you can definitely overwork it. You must be able.
Well,
to.
yeah, it's a muscle. You can. I'm standing here with a stretched muscle right now. Yesterday, after I came back from my run,
I
my
thought you were
leg
talking about
felt
your brain.
a little bit tweaked, and I didn't get the opportunity to stretch it properly. And now I'm paying the price because it hurts.
I thought you were talking about your brain, dude.
Yeah, your brain. If your brain's a muscle, then you can stretch a muscle. You can also hurt it by overusing it, the same way you'd overuse a regular muscle, right?
Yep.
Like the analogy was to like not really say that, was it? The analogy was to go the other way with it, but I've like flipped it around and said, well, if you're gonna say it's that, then aha. Do you know what I mean?
X, I'd just like to point out that somebody in my chat has said #Rendog DiCaprio. Oh baby.
Rendog DiCaprio.
The ladies are getting excited, man. Damn.
Is that I don't get it.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Right, but what's the link?
Well, they're clearly saying that I look like Leonardo DiCaprio. Clearly.
Oh, I see. They're not saying something else then.
Well, that's what I'm hoping they're thinking. Ladies, get in line.
Dude, I got a donation here, by the way.
Oh, go on.
It is from Leodor saying, "Hey, shout out from Berlin. Love your and Rendog's content, but I think you got the stair placement inside the bridge wrong. Shouldn't that andesite be visible? Donated just to tell you that." Well, thank you for the donation, buddy. Appreciate it. What andesite are we talking about here? Oh, that andesite. You're absolutely right.
So,
Oh,
Mr. Exuma Void.
Hi.
I have got for you a ridiculous amount of dark oak wood loggage. I've spent
Oh,
the
I
last
don't need
half an
any.
hour. Yeah. I come here, look at your build, and you don't actually need any of it.
No, 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 we're good, man.
Well, I guess I'll go restock the log shop then.
I'm trolling you, man. I'm trolling you. Initially, I was going to use dark oak, but then it felt like stone was the way to go with this little support.
Okay.
What do you think of this? It's very basic and not
Um,
very glamorous. Not a lot of texture to it.
They look like tuning forks to me.
They do, don't they? Phil, if you want to rebuild it, feel free to tear it down and give it another shot because it's not very good.
I mean, I think what we could do here. Do you have any stone stairs on you?
Yeah, I got stone brick stairs. If that's what you mean.
I think what we need to do here is like make this thing hug the bridge, right? Because at the moment the bridge is like propped on top of the fork, and I'm thinking like we need to make it hug it. So what I mean is we could make it. If you look at this dirt as just as an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll come out and it'll be like holding the bridge up rather than.
Yeah, go
up.
for it. Let me chuck
You know
you the
what I'm
rest
saying?
of these.
Something like that.
I'm sort of running low on that stuff.
I don't know.
Ren?
Yeah, we can do some experimenting. But X, I've just had a look at my clock, man. It looks like we might
You've
be
run
out
off
of
again.
time here, man.
What's that?
We might be out of time over here, man. It's freaking 8:30 already.
Oh yes, yeah, true. I've lost track of time myself.
Yeah.
Let me just finish this thing before I forget.
All right, you finish that thing. I'm gonna go cut down some more trees. I
And
feel like
it's done.
all I've done today is like destroy your canyon stuff and
Right.
cut down trees.
That is kind of it, but we've had a chat as well. The chat's been productive, has it not?
Oh, it has, man. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, I hope you guys out there are enjoying it, man. I know that we haven't been reading out very much, but I guess sometimes you read our comments, sometimes you don't, right? That's how it goes, man.
Oh, I've done this wrong again.
I'm gonna have to get something to eat, man. There is a Thai restaurant just down the road from me, like out in the middle of nowhere. It's very weird, actually. Well, it's in the pub in this place.
Do you think it might be a front
It's
for some sort of illegal organisation?
It definitely could be a front. In fact,
How
it
would you
probably is
feel
a
if you
front.
like took a peek in the back room and like you could see out like through past the table with shady men playing poker, and there was just a bunch of trucks in the back garden with like logs on it, and it just had like a logo Logfellas on the side, and they were
would be
just illegal
amazing.
loggers.
That would be amazing, dude. But they make a sick Thai green curry, man.
Sounds nice, man. I'm having a curry Sunday every 2 weeks at the moment. I have myself a curry. Dude, do you know what we've got to do now?
What?
We've got to do a raid.
Ooh.
There's this guy called Rendog streaming on the list. Don't know what that's about.
Oh, he's a
Rendog,
noob, man.
what? He's a noob. We'll leave him alone.
Yeah.
False is playing FTB Hermit Pack.
Nice. Oh,
Official
that feels like a raid.
Hermitcraft action going on here. Should we raid False?
Yes, that sounds like a good plan, man.
Sounds like a great idea.
I don't know if everybody's been watching our new Hermit Pack series, but if you haven't, this is a good opportunity to see what it's all about, man.
Yes,
So-
it is. Should we wrap things up then? Send people over to False. They can say X and Ren raid, or Ren and X raid, or Logfella raid.
Logfella raid, baby.
Logfella raid, people. Let's do it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Anything last you want to say, Ren?
Oh, jeez, are we saying goodbye already? Jeez.
Yeah, man. I thought you wanted to go eat your curry.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you guys had a great time, man. And yeah, X, get your brain back on form, dude. Jeez.
I will do.
You need to go and sleep. I'm kidding, though, dude. It's been amazing hanging out with you, man. And we shall see you again really soon, yeah?
Yes. Take care, everyone.
Sweet. Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
everybody. See you later.